North beat Lincoln Southeast 49-28. Parkview Christian beat Sterling 26-12, and Lincoln Lutheran would also take a loss to Wilbur Clatonia 42-13. Switching to volleyball on Monday, September 25th, Lincoln East defeated Omaha Marion in 3 sets, and Lincoln Lutheran won over Syracuse in 3 sets as well. This has been your Southeast Community College High School Minute. Learn more today at southeast.edu with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and hot today as well. We'll see an afternoon high of around 93. Tonight we'll see partly cloudy skies, breezy and mild tonight as well. We'll see a low around 71. And tomorrow more sunshine, more wind and heat as well. We'll see a high of around 92. The meteorologist Kyle Putney from 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com.
This is the Happy Hour.
You guys want a happy hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in. Happy Friday. Happy day before Nebraska versus Michigan. This is the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Rico joining you guys as usual. Hello, Rico.
Hello.
How's the day?
So far, very busy.
It has been a day. We got a full weekend remaining here as well. A lot of great people have dropped on by. Adam Carricker and his son are in town. And so it's good to finally meet Adam face to face. It all started with a great remote broadcast at Double Eagle Golf this morning from 6 to 10 a.m. as we were watching the Ryder Cup kind of play out. Really disappointing day for the U.S. In terms of Ryder Cup. Zach Johnson, the captain of the United States team, kind of doing the whole Scott Frost hide behind a wall after Purdue kind of feeling right now after the United States with a disappointing performance to start things in the Ryder Cup. Not over quite yet, but certainly trending in favor of the Europeans in that one. But a really, really fun and exciting time at Double Eagle Golf. Got to hit a couple golf balls. But then also just a couple really good shows between early break and between the drive with Raph and myself today. And then I came back to the studio, had some great conversations with Mike Rozier, Irving Fryer, Terrell, Vershawn on the Captain Show. So some stars were in the building, and then shout out to Des Moines Adams and the guys over at Teammates for dropping off some wings. It's Good Sense Friday. Shout out to the Pillar Restaurant Group. And now Jay Foreman dropped by as we'll have a remote from Cornhusker Bank on 84th and O later today for Old School. Larry the Cable Guy will drop by. I think there will be a couple other people that drop by as well. And then tomorrow it all leads up to Nebraska versus Michigan. Kickoff 2:30 p.m. Pre-game festivities will begin around 11 a.m. here at the Ticket. Come on by, stop on by. I just spoke to some listeners of ours, Rico, that were talking about they rented an Airbnb above our radio station, and they said it's going to be perfect. Going to come down early in the morning, hang out, watch the pregame show, just kind of hang out with the 93.7 The Ticket folks and get ready for Nebraska and Michigan. So it's going to be a good time tomorrow. And it all starts with the Liba Business Hour. Just a reminder, we will have high school football later tonight as well at 8 p.m. Central Time. It's kickoff between Lincoln Southwest and Lincoln Southeast. Myself and Jay Foreman had a good game last night between number 2 Millard South and number 10 Lincoln East. The score was not indicative on how that game played out. Millard South ended up winning 45-21, but they scored 21 points in the matter of like 3 or 4 minutes towards the end of the game in the fourth quarter. So the score was definitely not indicative of the true, I guess should say, how the game actually played out. As always, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, and the Starter Heyman text line are both open for you guys the entire show today, as well as the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and on Allo Channel 951. Without further ado, let's fully bring in Rico. Rico, heck of a day. It's all shaping up to be a really good weekend, and I can't imagine this place if Nebraska is able to get a victory.
It has been a very interesting day based on, everything that you just said, coming into work, not even, thinking it's Friday. It's Good Sense Friday. We're going to have ourselves a good day. It's the day before the Michigan game. Everything's all fine and dandy. And then all of a sudden we get Mike Rozier, we get Irving Fryer, we get Ricky C. Simmons. We're sitting here talking with those three. It's crazy. And then all of a sudden, who's walking down the street, who's coming in to do a show live from the station? Adam Carricker's in here, along with the cast of characters that we already have. Sean Jackson, Terrell Farley, Strick, Jay Foreman comes in a little early. Des Moines Adams comes in and drops off some weight. It's been a crazy Friday, all leading up to an hopefully incredible game tomorrow between Nebraska and Michigan. One of the best helmet games that we're going to see this week. But if, like you just said, if Nebraska can somehow manage if Nebraska, now this might break some people's hearts. If Nebraska loses the game by 7 points, a single possession, it's going to suck. But at the same time, you just hung with the number 2 team in the nation after barely squeaking by Louisiana Tech.
Well, I don't know if I'd call it barely squeaking by Louisiana Tech.
You didn't feel good about it. You were 21-point favorites. You ended up winning by 14. It seemed a lot closer than it probably should have.
Mm-hmm.
But after that game, if you're able to hang with a Michigan, I think that would make some people a little bit more confident with where this season is possibly headed.
Maybe, but I think you've been close against top teams in the past, and that hasn't necessarily benefited you in the rest of the year. So I would be careful about that. I think this isn't going to be a great environment after the game if Nebraska loses, no matter what the score is.
I feel like the environment's been the same. Like it's been here. The environment hasn't really changed because Nebraska's been losing.
Yeah.
If they win, if Nebraska pulls off the upset, the goalposts are walking down O Street, right? Like they're getting torn down. They're walking down O Street. It's going to be a bonanza. It's going to be wild down here if Nebraska is able to pull the upset. But I think if the game looks good, if Nebraska looks good and is able to hang with Michigan, it's still not going to be great. You're not going to feel amazing about it. And like you said, they've been close before and nothing's come of it. But you'll feel a little bit better about where this team currently under Matt Rule is hopefully headed as the season goes on. Again, it doesn't mean they're going to be good for the rest of the season, but at least it might give you a little bit of optimism going forward?
Well, I think Nebraska's schedule matches up, rather favorably for a potential Nebraska successful year. No matter what happens tomorrow against Michigan at times, just because Nebraska frankly avoids the Big Ten East. Yeah, the Big Ten East juggernauts of Penn State, Ohio State, and any other one that you want to throw in there. They do play Maryland here in a few weeks. So I think yes, moral victories there, you can take some, but if Nebraska ends up winning tomorrow, it's gonna turn the city on its head, I think. And so
this is gonna be the
rightfully
place to
so. Yeah, and you'll want to come down to 93.7 The Ticket. We got the Jay Foreman postgame show. The rest of the folks going from the ticket after the Jay Foreman postgame show, breaking down whatever happens tomorrow night between Nebraska and Michigan down at Memorial Stadium. Let's go ahead. Let's take a break. When we return, we will dive a little bit deeper into this. As once again, you can come on down 11th and O Street. Come hang out with us. Grab yourself a cup of coffee, whether it's the Granita, and that's a little bit of a slushy. Might not sound or appealing to you, but I promise it's delicious.
You will like it.
So you might as well come on down, grab a Granita, try a nice coffee, whatever you want. We also have Beatrice Bakery, and shout out to a couple of our partners and friends of the station. Obviously, Rick Meyer of Beatrice Bakery's down here. He was hanging out a little bit this morning. We saw Jake Sittner of Tailored Lights bring in a gift for our new station,
cool
and it
little light
looks
tower.
Awesome. If you want to see a picture of it, head over to the 93.7 The Ticket Twitter page, and make sure you get connected with Jake and his guys at Tailored Lights for any of your lighting needs, indoor, outdoor, whatever you need. Jake is the guy to call for that one. So it's been a really, really exciting and action-packed Friday, and we're not slowing down, as we'll have weekend picks coming up in the final segment with Austin and Strick. And there's a lot of good college football games this week. None of them, once again, for the second week in a row, that you really feel good about super locking. So it's going to be...
I feel good about one.
Okay, well then we'll see how about that one, but we'll see if we pick that one, that is.
Oh, it's on there.
But nonetheless, it's the happy hour. Nick Sainer, Rico joining you guys. We'll talk Husker football and more when we return right here on the happy hour, 93.7 The Ticket.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive. Always honest answers.
Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this fall. Check out their large variety of tennis shoes and dress shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Aetrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln, or check out their options online at brownshoefitco.com.
93.7 The Ticket has moved downtown, and you're invited to join us for New Beginnings. Join us for our grand opening on Thursday, October 5th at 6 p.m. to celebrate our new space with ribbon cuttings and more. Raising Cane's will be on site to provide entertainment and prizes as we bring downtown Lincoln the newest hangout spot for its favorite radio station. It's 93.7 The Ticket's grand opening at the new 11th and O location, sponsored by Raising Cane's. Tune in throughout the week for more information on times.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. SCC's Discovery Days will give you the opportunity to experience SCC firsthand this fall. Discovery Days provide information about SCC's programs of study, how to pay for college, SCC support services, housing, activities, and more. A campus tour and lunch are provided. See your options at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Guys, you've heard me tell you all about Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, but it's not just me. Folks all over town are having success with the FXB program. Guys like Gary, who just finished up his own 10-week challenge.
Yeah, Mark. After having a knee replacement in March, I was looking for a way to get back into shape. The workouts are fun, the atmosphere is a total blast, and I've lost 17 pounds since starting in July.
The next Farrell's 10-week challenge begins on October 7th, and ticket listeners get $150 off enrollment. Just head to theticketfm.com. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.
I'm ready.
Burgers?
Check.
Chips?
Check.
Icy cold beer?
Check. Except this one.
I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Fuhrer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico,
relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Fuhrer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
All right, it's lunchtime. Where should we go today?
How about Qdoba? We can get free queso and chips with an entree purchase.
Whoa, how'd you know about that?
It's in the campus cash booklet that we got for free to start the school year, the student marketplace. You didn't get yours?
I'd better go grab mine now.
You'd better stop at the College of Hair Design too. Your hair is getting long. $8 haircut with the campus cash book.
What about my friends who are out of college?
They can download the Campus Cash app for free and get great deals too, from Pizza Hut, Juice Stop, Craft Axe Throwing, and tons more.
Campus Cash, the student marketplace. Find your free booklet on campus or download the Campus Cash app.
If your home water doesn't taste right, look right, or smell right, just call Bryant for the solution to your water problem. Call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert.
I vomited last night.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
I literally vomited. I threw up.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the happy hour 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Let's dive deep into this Nebraska-Michigan game here before we get to weekend picks with Austin and Strick on a Friday. So here's the deal with this Nebraska-Michigan game. I think at times, right, we look at Heinrich Haarberg and we look at Jeff Sims, and one thing that maybe Nebraska is going to be able to do successfully is run with the quarterback. Now, if Michigan takes that away, we'll see, I guess, how Nebraska responds. I think there's a lot of curiosities going into this game to where it's how much do we see Anthony Grant in comparison to Emmett Johnson, right? Going into last Saturday's game against Louisiana Tech, we expected to see Emmett Johnson maybe a little bit more than just 2 carries. Mm-hmm. And then now we find out that Joshua Fleeks has moved over to running back. And if I had to go out onto a limb, and I will right now,
go ahead.
Josh Fleeks probably isn't going to get a whole lot of snaps at running back this weekend.
No, he was, remember when he came in, it was, people were wondering what he was a wide receiver running back combo at Baylor. You know, you look up at the stats, he didn't get a lot of carries. It was mostly wide receiver, but they had him, he was a wide receiver running back at Baylor. So it's not like he's going to be, you know, foreign. It's like this is going to be foreign to him and he's going to have to relearn everything. He knows for the most part what he's going to be doing. I think to me, that's a not very concerning, but it's a pretty concerning thought that you have to take one of your receiver in a room that's already struggling for production.
Yeah.
I mean, a guy that only has 1 catch on the season, I believe. But you're taking him out of that room to put him in a separate room when you have, you know, somebody who you can trust for the most part, was your leading rusher the year before, dealing with some fumble issues during the offseason. But you have that guy in the room, and then you have a redshirt freshman who's a year into the program, and then a true freshman. I understand that you're very young at that position, but with the guy leading the charge, you feel pretty good about that. And then you're taking a former wide receiver and sticking him in that running back room. I think there's a little bit of cause for concern there. But something that you said that I am very concerned about is the quarterback run game against this Michigan team, because unlike the other teams that Nebraska's faced so far, Michigan has a very fast and strong defense. So those runs to the outside that Haarberg and Sims were feasting on against Colorado and Northern Illinois and Louisiana Tech, they'll still be there, but they won't be there to the extent that they were against those teams, because this team is much faster and much stronger than the teams that you faced before. And I mean, that's what happens when you're going up against the number 2 team in the nation. But the quarterback run game is not going to be as successful as it was against those other teams. You're going to have to go to a more traditional run game, and you're going to have to figure out a way to run it between the tackles and maybe not out physical, but just find a way to move these guys around.
I think the way Nebraska wins this game is through the quarterback run, though.
Well, that's the only way.
And it doesn't have to be as successful maybe as it was in recent weeks. There's been a lot of defensive breakdowns from the opponent that have allowed Nebraska to break some big runs off, especially in the form of a quarterback run. I think Nebraska's got to figure out a way here to somewhat just, and I say this, control the line of scrimmage, figure out a way to get to get Michigan, keep them honest, I guess. And I guess the way you do that is to mix the quarterback run and the traditional run game all together. Once again, Nebraska might have a tough time moving the ball tomorrow. And that's maybe more of an indictment on Nebraska's offense. And I say that because if Nebraska struggles to move the ball tomorrow, it's not going to be much different from what we've seen through the first 4 games of the year. And so, yes, this Michigan defense is certainly going to be the best one that they've seen up until this point here in week 5. Michigan's defense, by the way, forcing a punt, a turnover, or a turnover on downs on 88% of their defensive drives. And that's through 41 drives this season against FBS opponents.
That's ridiculous.
Once again, I'll say that again. Michigan is through 41 drives on defense against FBS opponents, is forcing a punt, a turnover, or a turnover on downs on 88% of their defensive drives. This is a defense that's gone up against pretty bad offenses, and that maybe rank a little lower than Nebraska's or in the same vicinity as Nebraska's, and haven't allowed more than 10 points in a single game.
Even with the teams and offenses that they've faced, that's still amazing, because you got to think about it. every once in a while, like there's breakdowns. Like it's going to happen. No matter how good you are, you're going to have a breakdown from time to time. They've gone 4 games without a breakdown. Like they have been fantastic to start the season, regardless of the teams that they've been facing. The way that their defense has been able to step up to the challenge, and as we say all the time with Nebraska, take care of business, do what you have to do against lesser opponents. That's exactly what Michigan's been doing, at least on the defensive end.
And it hasn't necessarily looked perfect on the Michigan side of things, but I would also same thought process can be applied to this week's game if Nebraska wants to give themselves a chance to compete. And you can't compound mistakes. Like Nebraska, whether it's on defense or offense, specifically speaking, let's look at defense here. You can't compound missed tackles, whether it's on a play or whether it's in a sequence of plays, because Michigan has the best athletes that Nebraska will have seen up until this point, and their open field tackling has been good, but it kind of stayed stagnant last week. It didn't necessarily take a step forward. I think you always want to see groups and certain areas within a game continue to take steps forward. And maybe Nebraska's tackling in space didn't these last 2 weeks against these lesser opponents of Northern Illinois and Louisiana Tech. And so I think when you look at tomorrow's game, not compounding mistakes is going to be crucial. We've talked about it throughout this entirety of the week. Nebraska's going to have to play above any level of their game that we've seen up until this point of the season if they want to beat Michigan on Saturday. And so that includes the urgency on the offensive line. That includes getting to the quarterback from the defensive line consistently against a much better offensive line than what you played against like a Colorado or even a Minnesota, excuse me. And so tomorrow's not a day where they'll probably have 8 sacks like they did against the Buffaloes, but this is one where you can get to JJ McCarthy and force him to be uncomfortable.
You can't have a Louisiana Tech performance from your defensive line
where you don't have a single sack.
Have no sacks.
Yeah,
you were putting pressure on him, and the pressure's fine and good, fine and dandy. We all enjoy some defensive pressure, but you need to hit him. You need to bring him down while he's holding the ball. You need to get some sacks and force them to play behind schedule, behind the line of scrimmage. Because if Michigan's rolling, even if they're not getting chunk plays, if they're just moving steadily down the field, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I think once again, just the compounding mistakes, Nebraska's got to figure out a way to avoid those tomorrow, because they need every bit of luck. And this is not me trying to be a Debbie Downer or be a negative Nancy. Like they need balls to bounce their way tomorrow. They need to be on the right side of the lucky coin tomorrow when it flips. And things like, I mean, it's not going to take just one lucky break for Nebraska. Nebraska's going to need lucky plays, or I should say just breaks to compound and collectively push Nebraska over the finish line tomorrow. That's just Nebraska being, I guess, in year one of a program.
It's that old saying, it's better to be lucky than good sometimes. And that's what Nebraska's going to need against Michigan, because this team is, look, as you just said, it's year one. It's year one with rules, year one with a lot of these players, all these players all together. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than it is to be good, because Michigan is going to be better than you. Like that's just the fact of it, is they're going to be better than you because they have these coaches who have been coaching this team for a longer period of time. These guys have been in this system for a longer period of time. They've had time to build up their program and do what Nebraska's trying to do and get something centered and everybody's on the same level. So what Nebraska is going to need to do is, as Nick said, is get on the right side of the lucky coin. Get on the right side of the lucky coin flip, and just what I think I said this as a couple of days ago. You're going to need to take some chances. You can't just sit back and play that same kind of defense that you've been playing through these first 4 games. You're going to have to jump a route. They may break a big one, but that's going to be the chance that you're going to have to take, because you're going to need to force some turnovers and maybe not score on the defensive side, but again, just force some turnovers, get an interception, get JJ McCarthy, give him some happy feet, speed up the clock so that you can take advantage of that in the secondary. And again, jump around, punch at the ball. When those open field tackles, if you've got 2 guys holding a dude up, third guy come in, start punching the ball, try and rip the ball out. Again, it might result in some broken tackles and some longer runs, some longer catches, and maybe even a touchdown or 2. But those are the chances that you're going to have to take against a team that on paper is just that much better than you.
Yeah, I think Nebraska tomorrow, they got to win the turnover battle, and whether that's a 1-0 turnover battle win, whether that's a 2-1, it doesn't matter. They got to figure out a way to come out of this one in the plus in the turnover margin. I think tomorrow, if they want a chance to win this game. All right, let's go ahead. We're running up against the clock. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll bring in the guys from On the Block, Austin and Strick, to give the weekend picks. Just a reminder, as we went over it on Monday. Season records to this point, I am 34-19. I went 5-6 last week. Rico 21-29 after he went 5-5 last weekend. Austin is above 500 at 27-24 after the best weekend out of all of us at 7-4. And Strick, after his first week of picking last week, he is 4-7 on the season. So we got some good ones here, both college football and NFL. No financial advice comes out of this one, though.
None.
We can guarantee you that. And these are just coming from ESPN, so no real sports book or anything like that. So no financial advice on this next segment, but we'll play the music. We'll have a little bit of fun with it between the four of us, and you guys can send us your picks as well. 402-464-5685. The Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. We'll wrap up Friday's show coming up next.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's football season, and that means coaches everywhere are busy making game plans. Hi, my name is Seth Morris with Liberty Law Group. Teams make game plans because no two opponents are the same. At Liberty Law, we know no two cases are the same. Whether it's a DUI, a criminal charge, or you were injured and it wasn't your fault, we tailor our legal game plan to meet your unique needs. We are relentless trial attorneys serving all of Nebraska. To learn more, go to libertylawnebraska.com. Again, that's libertylawnebraska.com.
I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planning season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With gold-class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustaceBodyShop.com, and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
If your home water doesn't taste right, look right, or smell right, just call Bryant for the solution to your water problem. Call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Gana Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gana Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gana Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gana Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GanaTrucking.com.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. SCC's Discovery Days will give you the opportunity to experience SCC firsthand this fall. Discovery Days provide information about SCC's programs of study, how to pay for college, SCC support services, housing, activities, and more. A campus tour and lunch are provided. See your options at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you. All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.
I'm ready.
Burgers?
Check.
Chips?
Check.
Icy cold beer?
Check. Except this one.
I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico,
relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Guys, you've heard me tell you all about Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. But it's not just me. Folks all over town are getting into shape with the FXB program. Guys like Ryan, who joined at the same time I did a year and a half ago.
Yeah, Mark. I'm in better shape than I have been in quite some time. The people at Farrell's are awesome. The instructors keep the workouts fun, and the owners are engaged and committed to the success of all of their members.
The next Farrell's 10-week challenge begins on October 7th, and ticket listeners get $150 off enrollment. Just head to theticketfm.com. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
When I gave you the cookie, I heard very clearly, I don't think about you, Schmidt.
Why would I think about you?
Because we're friends. We're not animals.
We're men. The only time a man is allowed to think about another man is when that man is Jay Cutler.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
welcome back into the Happy Hour 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick, Rico, Strick, and Austin joining you guys as usual as we get you ready for On the Block. Gentlemen, how's the Friday treating you?
Great. Wings.
I was saying
good sense.
The wings were unreal.
Wings were solid.
Can't go wrong.
Watering hole used to be the spot back in the day.
Speaking of watering hole, Jake was blaming me for the leak in the ceiling and back, and it clearly predates me getting there.
It was predate you. It does predate.
Yeah, no,
I told him I'm willing to wear it as long as I'm not blamed for the next thing. Like there's a rotation of people Jake blames, and it's my turn.
Yeah,
okay,
no. Jake
just want to throw that out there.
You'll find out that Jake talks and blames everybody but himself.
Okay,
when
the
it
next
comes to
time,
anything.
the next time Jake blames you, just say, at least I didn't burn a burrito. He'll know.
There you go.
Okay.
He'll know.
I'll keep that in mind. I'll file it away.
He'll know.
Thank
we
you.
could even say it after this break. Just go over there and be like, hey, Jake, listen, at least I didn't burn the burrito.
Yeah. And everybody on the text line knows.
So anyway,
I love inside jokes. Love to be part of one someday.
It is time. It is time for weekend picks. Rico, do we have the music?
We do. Do I have it pulled up? No.
There you go. And so once again, 402-464-5685. Update the record. Strick, you're 4-7. Austin, you're 20. You're 27-24. Rico's 21-29, and I am 34-19. We got 10 total games to go through here. 5 college and 5 NFL. And here we go. There it is.
I need to get rid of that little
stopper.
spot,
Yeah. Okay, so this first one's where college game day is at this weekend in the college football world. Number 11 Notre Dame travels to number 17 Duke. Notre Dame is a 5.5-point favorite. This one kicks off at 6:30 p.m. on ABC. Rico.
It's really hard to pick against Notre Dame. If they would have had 11 people, they might have won that game. They're a really good team. And although Duke is ranked and they seem like they're a pretty decent team, I think Notre Dame's just better than them.
Okay. Stricky?
Why me? I want to hear
Okay,
what my
Austin,
partners
go ahead.
think.
Go ahead, Austin.
Domers win. Devils cover.
Okay.
It's
there you
5.5.
go. So he's going to go Duke. All right.
Duke covers.
There you go. Duke covers. Okay. Stricky?
We're playing poker. I'm rolling with him.
Duke?
Bull City, baby.
Okay, there you go. Duke. All right,
My
next
partner.
one, staying or going to
Nick.
the. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going Notre Dame. I apologize.
Way to call him out.
Don't go.
Way to
Please,
call
please
him out.
go ahead. Go
He
ahead.
has them written down.
Yeah.
and
I do have them
believe
written down.
him,
Yeah.
But sometimes he just doesn't say it.
I
We
don't
need it on,
say-
we
that's
need it on tape.
I'm all about that. Number 1, Georgia travels to Auburn. 2:30 p.m. kick on CBS. Georgia, a 14.5-point favorite.
Georgia.
Okay.
Jeez. That's
No.
14.
I love
14's a
Auburn.
lot.
They're my peoples. That's where I was born. I'm still rolling Georgia.
You're going
on that
Georgia?
one. I
All
don't think Auburn's that good this year.
Okay.
14's a lot.
This comes a week after Hugh Freeze says that they have not treated Peyton Thorne fairly after he transferred in from Michigan State.
He's always been garbage. Oh,
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Anyway,
Trash.
Austin, who you got?
Dogs.
All right. Rico?
I'm gonna go with Georgia.
All right. I'm also taking Georgia. Moving on. This is the biggest spread of the weekend
Super
in
lock.
college football. This is where my super
Jeez.
lock goes.
Oh,
Number 9, Oregon travels to Palo Alto to see the Stanford Cardinal. This kicks off at 5:30 p.m. But guess what? None of us will be able to watch it because it's on the Pac-12 network.
Apple
And
TV.
the Oregon Ducks are a 27.5-point favorite.
Stricky. Going with the Duckies.
Okay, there
I
you
was
go.
like, I don't know what that means.
Okay, thank you.
I like everybody.
Stricky Stanford. Okay,
Everybody was quiet and we're like waiting for him to say
Yeah,
something.
like, are you gonna say something? All right, here we go.
Like, yes, I know what your name
This
is.
seems like the perfect game for Stanford to cover in silence, but I'm still going to take Oregon.
Oregon. Okay, Rico.
Stanford lost to Sacramento State. I'm picking Oregon.
All right, I'm taking Oregon and I'm super locking. Fun fact about the Oregon Ducks and also about the Georgia Bulldogs. Oregon, there's only 4 teams that have covered every single game, and there's only 4 teams that have not covered every single game they've played this season. Oregon is one of those that have covered every single spread this season. Georgia has yet to cover a spread where they're favored. And later on this one, Michigan never covered a spread this
They've
season.
not.
So there you go. Just a little bit of
Just a little
thoughts
something
going
to think
forward.
about.
This the final college football game before Nebraska, Michigan. Michigan State travels to Kinnick to face off against the Iowa Hawkeyes. This kickoff is 6:30 p.m. on NBC.
Trap.
Iowa
Trap.
is a 10.5-point favorite.
Trap. I am going Michigan State by
Okay.
the spread.
Okay, there you go. Rico?
Iowa wins. Spartans cover.
Okay, Michigan State. Austin?
This feels dirty, but I'm going to go Iowa. I
All
just
right.
think Michigan State's in a rough spot right now.
I'm going to take Michigan State as well. All right, moving on to the NFL. The London game
How dare you, Austin?
this weekend, kicking off at 8:30 a.m. on Sunday. The Falcons going up against the Jaguars. The Jaguars are a 3-point favorite.
I'm rolling with B. John.
Okay, Falcons.
The Falcons are not great. The Jaguars are better.
No,
You're
Falcons are fine.
You're playing in London.
weird things happen, Trevor Lawrence and the Jags.
Okay. That's not a weird thing. Awesome.
Jags have some real issues, but I really like them before the season, as much as you can like a division rival.
Yeah.
So I will take Jacksonville.
I'm going to go with the Falcons as well. Me and Stricky.
Bijan.
Yep, because I love Bijan and I love Drake London as well. All right, moving on. The Dolphins travel to Buffalo and they face off against the Bills. This kickoff is at noon on CBS. The Bills, a 2.5-point favorite.
This is something I wanted to talk about on the show. I'm not going to tell the
don't give us too
details,
much.
but I'm going to let my partner go first.
Go ahead, Austin.
Dolphins.
Okay.
Super lock.
Oh. Okay. Dolphins super lock for Austin. All right, Rico.
I'm going to go against Sorensen. I'm going to go with Mr. Foreman. I'm going to go Bills.
Bills. Stricky.
I think he breaks through this year, even though, I'm going to go Dolphins.
All right, Dolphins. So 3 of us take Dolphins. Austin super locks it, being the 2.5-point dogs. This one might be the ugliest game of the weekend. The Denver Broncos at 0-3 going up against the Chicago Bears at 0-3.
Psychopath.
Thank you for picking this one.
This one is at the Chicago Bears, a noon kickoff on CBS. Both teams 0-3, and the Broncos are 3.5-point favorites.
Is there a way that none of us can get this right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that happened with you last week.
Yeah, you're right.
No, not with a 3.5 point.
Yeah. Can we lower that to 3 just so we can?
Nope.
No.
I just want to see if this happens again.
What's the spread?
3.5. Broncos 3.5.
I just think that freaking Chicago's trash.
Okay.
So you're
Broncos?
picking the Broncos?
They're trash too.
Yeah, they are bad.
It's not an answer.
Where's the game at?
Chicago.
What time is the game?
Noon.
What's the weather?
Would you like it used in a sentence?
Is there? Yes. That's where I was
Did you like
going
the
next.
definition?
Can I have the origin of the word?
That's where I was going next. I'm gonna go Chicago.
Garbage. Okay, Chicago. Austin?
Yeah, give me the blue and orange.
Holy
Denver.
They're both blue and orange.
I was like, okay. Rico?
Ref is happy.
Yeah.
On Monday.
Okay, Broncos. I'm going to go with the Bears as well. Stricky.
Austin.
All right.
Yeah.
You're probably going to get these wrong because I
You're probably getting right because I'm picking.
Yeah, two more NFL games before we get to the final Nebraska one. In the biggest spread of the weekend, the Arizona Cardinals, a team that did Strick so dirty a couple of weeks ago.
That was last weekend.
Against the Cowboys.
Got him.
Arizona Cardinals travel to San Francisco in the biggest spread of the NFL weekend. 3:25 kick on Fox. 49ers favored by 14.
Oh my.
Stricky.
Gosh.
Super lock.
49ers?
Yes. I'm going again.
Okay.
That's a lot for an NFL game.
Super lock for Stricky on 49ers. Rico?
No, I lie. I'm super locking
the Bears?
The
Falcons? Michigan State? Oregon?
Miami Dolphins.
Georgia? Duke?
No, I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
There's like one more after.
So he just did the super unlock.
Yeah.
14's a lot
Yep.
in the NFL, but I am going to super lock Brock Purdy.
Okay, how about that? All right.
Cardinals have been feistier than I thought, but San Francisco has been put on notice by the first 3 weeks. I will take the Niners.
I'm going to take the Niners as well.
Super lock it.
Okay.
Officially?
No takey back.
No takey back.
Okay.
I don't like super locking this one now.
All right. The final NFL game. It's the Sunday night game. It would have been good if Aaron Rodgers was playing. It might not be very good now with Zach Wilson playing.
Dude,
the Kansas City Chiefs with Taylor Swift probable in attendance.
You want to bet on that?
At the Jet? No, I do not. Chiefs at the Jets. The Jets are 9-point underdogs here against Kansas City.
Can I actually switch my super lock to this one?
You want Chiefs?
Kansas City Chiefs are going to
all right.
steamroll.
We heard the change in super lock. We heard the change in super lock. Okay, Austin,
how about them Chiefs?
All right,
give them to me.
Tricky.
Chiefs.
Okay, cool.
He's saying it like you should know.
Yeah, like, sorry.
You think I'm going to pick the Jets?
All right. The final one of the pick'em this weekend.
Do you have a side bet, or is this for
this? There's a side bet, and Austin made this side bet. Ooh. Number 2, Michigan at Nebraska. Nebraska, as we know, a 17-point underdog. Kickoff at 2:30 p.m. on the Big Ten Network. First of all, we'll go with the spread here. What's our picks?
I got Nebraska covering, Michigan winning 31-21.
Well, we don't need to give specific
No,
predictions.
I'm going. I already said it on the character on Adam Carricker. So
Okay,
31-21 Michigan.
Austin?
Michigan has not impressed me this year.
Yeah, they have not
Covered
a
yet.
spread.
Them and Georgia.
I want to make it very clear that they have not covered a spread up until this year. Or I should say not up until this year. They have not covered a spread
ever in their lives.
until this week. Not even that. They have not covered a spread here in 2023.
Like I said,
But they do
Nebraska
this week.
Covers.
They do this week?
Oh,
Gosh.
Austin.
Oh, we know Austin's pick.
You're the worst.
Strick's going to go Michigan just to follow his partner.
Just do it.
Come on.
I'm gonna go Sam Cassell and say Nebraska covers.
Okay.
I like it.
I'm going to take Nebraska to cover as well. Here's the side, fellas.
Oh.
According to Austin
Orman.
side bet of the week.
Or Vegas.
The time of game over under.
Oh, you dirty dog.
3 hours and 5 minutes.
Well, I'm going to pick under because I didn't put the post game that far back.
So kickoff is at 2:30.
Okay.
Post 3 hours and 5 minutes would be technically 5:35 p.m.
Okay. Then,
For reference, the average length of a college football game this year, 3 hours, 22 minutes.
Okay, then. Oh, wait. Hold on. So what are we at?
3 hours and 5 minutes.
Over.
Okay. Austin?
Under. I think it's a fast game.
Okay.
I would agree too. I'm going under. I think there's going to be a running, and a running clock.
Here's what I'll say. Last week against Nebraska and Louisiana Tech, there were trillions of media timeouts.
Yeah.
That delays
plays
games.
in. I know.
That delays games. Those 3 minutes or 2.5 minutes of media timeouts add up.
The best.
And I'm going to go over as well on this.
The best media timeouts is touchdown, extra point, media timeout.
Yep.
Kickoff, media timeout.
One play. I don't know. There was one point where it was like one play.
Injury,
and there was like
media
an injury,
timeout.
media timeout. I was like, what is happening?
Yep. There you go.
Like that meme.
What?
All right. Well, they're settled. They're locked in. The Notes app is closed. How do we feel, gentlemen?
I feel good.
Terrible.
All right, Strick,
Perfect
sure.
week.
See, there wasn't
trash.
there wasn't a whole lot of games that you felt like, okay, you know what? For sure, this is the one.
Can I throw another one in there just because I want
No,
to?
we're not throwing USC
The Notes app is
Colorado in.
closed.
I want
The Notes app is dead.
I want USC Colorado in here.
No,
I don't know
too
why
late.
it's not.
It's too late. It's not on the docket.
But I wanted it.
No. So
'Cause
are you willing just to add a game on your own?
Yeah.
Just by yourself?
Sure. Let me check what the spread is.
It's
but I'm
21 and a half.
USC.
Okay, we
Add
heard
it
it.
on there for me.
We heard it.
Okay.
Do I get an
21 and a
extra
half.
point?
No.
Do I'll lose a point?
Yeah, you'll lose it.
Okay, I'll take it.
What if we do that in place of his super lock?
In place of my super lock?
because super lock. No, because he's got to pick one.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got to
Okay.
pick one for the super lock.
Okay.
I was
So-
gonna pick. I thought that was gonna be part of it, and I was
Yeah.
gonna choose that as my super lock.
Nope.
But then Nick was like, "It's not on there." I'm like,
Nope.
I want that one.
It is not on there.
Give me USC
I felt like there were some good ones on there.
and
I
all
thought
of
so.
the points. I like them. I just wanted USC and
Go ahead,
Colorado.
Rico. We can duel later. All right.
We'll take this to the streets.
What's 11th and
Streets
0?
right
On
out
the
front.
corner.
Yeah, right there.
I'll chase you on a scooter.
On camera.
I'll chase you
Bet.
on a scooter.
I've never ridden one of
Um,
those. I'll fall.
All right, gentlemen, what's coming up on the show today?
Nebraska, Michigan numbers to know. What are some targets for Nebraska and Michigan to hit to have success? Bryce Harper tossed his helmet into the stands in a meaningless game
Dang.
after Angel Hernandez did his thing again last night.
Dang.
Just kind of want to talk about that and Bryce Harper's career. College football weekend, a lot of good games, especially tonight. Loaded Friday
Yeah,
night. For those of you that aren't listening to high school football,
I wanted to pick
Watch.
Utah, Oregon State tonight.
Mhm.
Oregon State, a 4-point favorite at home over the Utes, but I knew Rico would go on this long spiel about how Utah is going to kick them. Utah.
he would have.
Yeah, see, there you go.
They're gonna destroy him.
All right, that'll do it for us. Make sure you stick around on the block with Strick and Austin coming up next. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Remember, come on by Cornhusker Bank, 84th and O from 4 to 6 p.m. and hang out with us. Larry the Cable Guy will be in attendance. I'm sure some other people will also be stopping by. So make sure you come on by, say what's up, and enjoy your Friday afternoon. Pre-game coverage starts at 11 a.m. But first, it's high school football tonight. Kickoff at 8 p.m. between Lincoln Southwest and Lincoln Southeast. Join myself and Jay Foreman. That'll do it for us here on the Happy Hour. Don't go anywhere. On the block coming up next. See ya.
Adios.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and our big fall sales underway, and the new truck incentives are off the charts. Over $5,000 in discounts on select new Sierras and Silverados, and 0.9% interest rates. Yes, you heard right. $5,000 off, 0.9% interest rates on select new trucks here at Coppell. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street and check out that great small-town vibe with big city deals. We look forward to seeing you, or check us out online at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planning season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that Potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I